With a net worth estimated north of $100 billion, Bill Gates is taking time out for a look back at a most uncommon life. He's talking with Lee Cowan.
Mr. Gates, I'm Dr. Leonard Hofstadter. We've actually met before.
Bill Gates may not strike you as an actor, certainly not a comedic one.
I mean, ever since I was a little kid, I've looked up to you like a hero.
But he can be a funny guy.
Would you like a tissue?
How about a hug?
How about a tissue?
Even when he was arrested at the age of 21, his smile makes you think there was a lot more going on in that head than just computer calculations.
I was driving from Albuquerque up to Seattle and I got 3 very serious speeding tickets.
You got 3?
Yeah.
On that one trip?
On that one trip. Well, it's a long trip.
This is great. I love this little car.
Yeah, these are pretty nice.
We were relieved to learn that the top speed of his all-new, all-electric Fiat Red was only about 100 miles an hour. That car was a birthday gift from Bono. Yep, that Bono, as if there's any other.
Well, we've been working together on this global health stuff for a long time.
These days he's known largely for his philanthropic work, especially on global health issues. To date, the Gates Foundation has given away nearly $80 billion in grants, most of that from Gates and his former wife Melinda's own pocket. But for most of us, he'll always be the Microsoft guy.
This is my last keynote.
Even though he stepped down as CEO a quarter
it's middle of this
century
year,
ago.
July, the one thing that really held me back was, what if I leave and the company's doing very poorly? A, I'll feel bad, and B, I won't know whether to, jump back in or not. But, fortunately, I've never had to even think about it because my successors have been amazing.
He was the boy wonder, the Harvard dropout and became a billionaire in his 30s by focusing not on building computers, but selling the software that ran them.
Please welcome Bill Gates and the Bill Gates Dancers!
By the time he launched Windows 95, he was on top of the world. He had every right to be dancing to the Rolling Stones and yucking it up with the likes of Jay Leno.
Well, Windows 95 is so easy, even a talk show host can figure it out.
But on this day, as he drove us to his favorite drive-in, Burgermaster, a Seattle institution,
Hey, how's it going?
great.
All right, what can we start it for you?
Gates seemed less like one of the world's richest men.
For here to go.
What do you think?
For here to be on a tray on the window.
Yeah, we'll do the tray on the window.
I got
yeah.
it.
And more like the kid who just used to come here with his dad. Decades before he'd be calling sports heroes, rock stars, and world dignitaries his friends.
My social skills were very slow to develop. So except for a few boys similar to me, I didn't have that many friends.
He's not saying that for sympathy, he's just being analytical. It's the way his mind works, and it's the way the first of his 3-part autobiography is written.
Here is the setup, the source code that almost certainly was going to lead to some pretty amazing impact.
Bill Gates knew he was different. So did his parents, so did his teachers. Had he been growing up today, he says he likely would have been diagnosed as autistic.
Well, when I'm concentrating, I'll actually sometimes start rocking, which bothers people without my even, sort of being aware of it. So I haven't even outgrown that type of behavior.
Is the rocking kind of a soothing thing? Is it something you just do to concentrate? What do you think
it must be, it's a habit. They did put me on a rocking horse to help me go to sleep. They did put me in a cradle, so it's definitely their fault.
Whether he is or isn't on the spectrum matters little, he says.
Even today, there's not like some magic medicine that gets rid of the bad part and lets you keep the good part.
He writes that his parents took him to therapy, sent him to private school, and tried to unglue him from his books by getting him into sports, like skiing, even football.
I was forced to. Now, that was on, there were 3 teams. There was the varsity, the JV, and then the even below JV. And so we were the lowest tier. And amongst that third tier, I was semi-decent, but that's all that can be said.
Almost everything he viewed through the prism of mathematics.
As you talk about math and being good at math and how that kind of revealed all these hidden structures in life and gave all the chaos of the world a certain amount of order, which, if you're like me, who's not good at math, all I see is sometimes chaos. I don't see the patterns. I don't see the structures.
Well, I think science is a beautiful thing that, physics, chemistry, biology. The more you learn, the more kind of the pieces fit together because all these topics connect.
You're called a genius, and no, I don't think that embarrassed you at all. They call you a genius.
In conversation 40 years ago with our own Jane Pauley, the then William Gates III made it clear he was in charge of his destiny.
I'm used to having a company where the ideas that I have are something that I can easily pursue.
Are you competitive, you think?
Yes, people would say I'm competitive. Yes, definitely. I mean, there was an industry panel once where everybody was disagreeing with me, and at the end of the panel, one of the competitors says, look, Bill is wrong. Bill works so much harder than we do. He's going to succeed. We might as well just give in.
You don't get to be part of that 1% club without making a few enemies along the way. He is a complicated guy.
Forcing us to divorce the internet from our operating system would be like requiring one of the automakers to sell cars without car stereos.
Some say he was ruthless in his business practices. And there are plenty of charges that today is just part of a new American oligarchy.
You write in the book about how you said when you first came here as a freshman that you were like a kid in a candy store. How come?
There were glimpses of his determination even as a freshman at Harvard.
My room was this one here on the first floor.
He almost got kicked out for breaking the rules in the computer lab.
It turned out I'd used by far the most computer time. And so they were like, well, what are you doing? You're an undergraduate. What the heck?
Great to see you.
Yeah, it's impressive you're here.
His computer science professor, Harry Lewis, remembers him well. Years ago, he dug out the original code that Gates started writing over Christmas break in 1974.
This was a work of beauty.
Those pages of basic interpreter code became the Bible of the software revolution. The 69-year-old Gates says he's made plenty of mistakes, including meeting with financier and convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Although the tabloids had a field day with his divorce, he now says that was one of his life's biggest regrets.
When I was a student, I was just trying to learn a lot. I was very curious.
But for every critic,
how do you decide what to work on as somebody who's gone through many stages of their career?
There are just as many, like these students at Harvard, who speak of Bill Gates in the same breath as Thomas Edison.
Hey, you finished yours. You did well.
That was good.
I almost finished mine.
And I got a double.
That's good.
Like his burger, sometimes Bill Gates has bitten off more than he can chew in his life. Maybe it was a way to challenge himself, even in the face of those who still want to challenge him.
I've been unbelievably lucky and led a very interesting life. It's not stopping.